Alright, this is known as composition of function. Okay, and I'm not sure I've even discussed this in any of the previous sections, but I guess you're going to get a crash course on it right now. So we're going to test if this f of x is really the inverse of f inverse of x, or vice versa. And this is the way to test it. So what we're going to do is I'm going to take f inverse of x, that would be this whole thing right here, and I'm going to plug it right on in for this x. Okay, and so we're going to end up having f of f inverse of x is equal to 3 times, now I'm going to take this whole piece right here and just substitute it right in for this x. You see that? So we're going to have 1/3 x minus 1/3. Alright, and then plus 1. So this whole piece right here got, they took this x out and put this whole piece in right here at the inverse. And then what we're going to do is just simplify that down. And so I'm going to distribute this 3 across, so this becomes x minus 1, and then we have this plus 1 over here. And it looks like it's all going to cancel down to just x. Alright, so that works out. Now we need to try this over here. Let's do that one. And so we're going to have f inverse of f of x. So we're going to take 1/3, and now you see this x right here. The 3x plus 1 is going to go in place of it. And then we have, where are we at? Minus 1/3. I confused myself because we're looking at that. But anyway, so the 3x plus 1 got substituted in for just the x, and now we want to simplify that down. And we distribute this 1/3 across, and so we have x plus 1/3 minus 1/3. And I'm not going to rewrite that, and so that looks like that all condenses down to x also. So as you can see, they both condense down just to x, and that means that these two functions here are inverses of each other. Okay, or inverses of each other. Alright, so if you're given two functions and you want to find if they're inverses of each other, this is the way to do it right here. Composition of function. Alright, well, let's work another example on how to find the inverse. Alright, and let's try to center our screen here. Okay, so let's try this one here. We have f of x is equal to x cubed minus 4. Alright, x cubed minus 4. So I'm going to rewrite this as y is equal to x cubed minus 4. And then remember, we want to switch these guys around. And now we want to solve for y in this problem here. So I'm going to take this x, bring the 4 over. And now to get rid of this cube up here, I'm going to raise both sides to the 1/3 power. Right, and 3 times 1/3 is just 1. And you know what, I'm just going to write it over here, and I'm going to flip this guy around, so don't get too confused there. So there you go. This is going to be the inverse function of our original up here. And so f inverse of x is x plus 4 raised to the 1/3. Now let's graph those and see what we got. Alright, so this is the line y is equal to x. Alright, and this line right here is the x cubed minus 4, and then this line right here is going to be the x plus 4 raised to the 1/3 power. So look at this bilateral symmetry that we have here. Alright, so we can tell just by looking at the graph that